There are three main types of learning material, all of which have slightly different accessibility needs. Cengage Learning provides textbooks, digital technologies, and ancillary materials to instructors and students. The textbook, of course, is the printed hard copy adopted book. The digital technologies focus on learning solutions such as MindTap, Applia, and SAM. These digital technology solutions can contain homework activities, videos, ebooks, and a variety of other resources. They can be standalone or integrated into your LMS. Cengage Learning has taken digital technology accessibility one step further than Section 508 and strive for Web Content Accessibility Guidelines known as WCAG 2.0 Level AA. It's just a matter of time before these guidelines harmonize with Section 508, so to get in front of any legal mandate, Cengage Learning has already taken steps towards meeting WCAG Level AA. The third type of ancillary materials we'll talk about are PowerPoints and other instructor resource materials that you use to teach your course. Each of the types of learning material needs to be accessible to students, so let's talk about where you go to find that information. The Cengage Accessibility website at www.cengage.com/accessibility is your one-stop shop for any accessibility questions you have and any resources you may need. For printed textbooks, you can request an accessible version through the Access Text Network with a very quick turnaround time. Typically, the file will be received within 24 hours. And just a few more details about the Access Text Network, or ATN. Cengage Learning is a co-founder and a significant supporter of this online service solution. The ATN helps colleges process and track requests for digital files by providing a common interface to make the process simple and efficient. If you have any questions about the service or you cannot find what you're looking for within close proximity to the Request Alternative Format link on Cengage.com accessibility webpage, there's also a link to request additional assistance. For the second type of learning material, the digital technologies, the industry standard VPAT, or Voluntary Product Accessibility Template document, states the level of accessibility conformance. From the VPAT section on the Cengage Learning Accessibility website, you can select your digital technology product from a drop-down menu and immediately download the VPAT document. The VPAT document details the level of accessibility required to conform to the Section 508 standard. Not all sections of the VPAT apply to all digital technologies, so a publisher would fill in the applicable sections. On the VPAT, there's a comment area to describe how the digital technology meets the standard. If it doesn't meet the standard, a workaround should be indicated and when the barrier will be removed. It's always good to have a timeline for when the product will be updated, so faculty can have a short-term plan in place in advance of a student walking into the classroom. If your digital technology is not listed in the drop-down box, within close proximity is a link so you can send a VPAT request for any other digital technology. And this is a sample of an actual VPAT document. It's a 3-column table. Each table represents a section of the 508 standard. Within the table, each row represents criteria for achieving accessibility conformance. The last type of learning material we'll talk about is ancillary material. The Cengage Learning Accessibility website Accessibility Practices section mentions ancillary material accessibility efforts. This includes files like PowerPoint presentations, which also needs to meet accessibility conformance. A good place to start with your own PowerPoint files is the built-in Microsoft PowerPoint Accessibility Checker. Your learning consultant can confirm that the PowerPoint materials meet conformance standards. Should they be from an older edition of a textbook, your learning consultant and director of accessibility will work with the product teams to have those materials updated in a timely fashion. Looking forward with new materials, ancillaries will meet accessibility requirements. Your learning consultants will be happy to confirm that for you, and if you have concerns, please let them know. As Cengage Learning develops more rich educational content, there is an ongoing commitment to accessibility. Also on Cengage.com accessibility website under accessibility practices, there are other efforts towards meeting accessibility standards, which we're going to talk about in a little more detail. Cengage Learning has policies in place in support of our accessibility commitment. Since 2009, all audiovisual materials used in Cengage Learning products are required to be closed captioned with accompanying transcripts. If transcripts are not readily available, a request can be sent to the Accessibility at Cengage hotline. All Cengage Learning ebooks are HTML-based and compatible with most screen readers and other assistive technologies. Cengage ebooks support browser settings for high contrast narrative text, variable font sizes, and multiple foreground and background color options for users with visual impairments. As of March 2010, Cengage Learning policies require all new website development meet WCAG 2.0 Level AA standards for accessibility. This means that students with vision impairments or blindness can have a successful user experience like their sighted peers. Students with vision impairments or those who cannot use their mouse can still navigate and interact with the digital product. And students with hearing impairments can succeed in the classroom because audio content is captioned. It is with these efforts and more that Cengage Learning is a leader in accessibility, and it doesn't stop there. Cengage Learning has teamed with the American Foundation for the Blind and other industry partners and student users themselves to identify barriers so that products and services can steadily move the dial towards better accessibility for all.